Hey everybody, this is Svenshinhan, welcoming you back to Let's Play Seiken Densetsu 3. In the last episode, we took care of the first boss in the game, the Full Metal Hugger. We saved the Spirit Wisp, and now we're gonna head on to... Oh my god, what the hell happened here? Hey, what are you doing? You must have been the one who lowered that barrier. Maybe I should thank you for it. Now our invasion of Wendell can proceed as planned. Uh-oh. Let's go. That's the Beastmen that killed us off earlier. Now, for some reason, the noise of the waterfall is really loud, but it'll be over in a second. And the fairy's like, what should I do? And right now, essentially, we are gonna see the origin story of the fairy. They kind of already showed this in the very first intro of the game before you even press start. But they'll go into a little bit more detail here, which I think is kind of cool. And there in the distance, you can kind of see the Mana Holy Land, courtesy of Mode 7 graphics on the SNES. Now, what it'll sometimes do, it'll sometimes lag a little bit, but that's because the 3D capabilities of the SNES weren't really all that great yet, but, you know, I'm glad that they at least try to do something new. Especially like when they zoom in, that's kind of nice. I love the different layers that they use here as well. And like the aurora in the background, that's kind of cool. So one thing that was unclear to me, if you look at the colors, it seems like the mana tree is already almost dead. I mean, it's kind of really brown. That might be because it's nighttime, but I think the colors would have looked a little differently. Okay, so now we see the sort of mana guarded by fairies, unlike last time. Oh no, the tree! We should tell the priest. Find the hero, too. We don't have much time. And just like that, they up and leave. They actually kind of decide that really quickly. They know they're going to need to tell the priest, and they need to find the hero. But the fairy just kind of chose Hawk randomly, so do they really choose the hero, or... We're almost there! I won't make it, I'm sorry. I'll give you my strength. No, she just leaves. She never gives us anything. Well, the other fairies have to keep going. Or not. We can't go on either. You're our last hope. Take care. Basically, they're saying, you know, we don't have good stamina. We're not fit, so you can keep flying and almost kill yourself. Bye-bye! But our brave little fairy, she pushes on. Actually, maybe I was being a little bit dickish in the first episode or two, but she's actually hardworking. She risks her life in order to save the world. She is a real hero. Kevin's like, where am I? We're at 1 HP. We're inside a jail. There's nothing or no one here. Grr! Let me out! Quiet! Nobody's gonna come. And there is Durin, whom we recognize from the intro. And actually, we met him in Jad. Who's there? Where am I? I'm Durin, swordsman of the Grasslands country, Forsena. This is the prison in Jad. The Beastmen brought you in while you were unconscious. This won't go unanswered. They attacked me in my sleep. I never would have lost otherwise. Same story with you, right? Well, I'm gonna show them who's boss. Just wait. And Beast Shoulder is like, hey, quiet! Hey, you stink! I refuse to be kept here with this filthy animal. What do you say? You're gonna get it this time. Stand back! And he actually does what he says. I mean, why would you? Why, you? Durin's all agile. And now you're trapped. Damn it! Haha, stupid animal. Come on out, let's go. Come on, let's hurry to the harbor. There's a ship leaving soon. I heard people talking about it. We can catch it if we hurry. Okay, so when did he hear people talking about it? We've been in jail the whole time. Anyway, after this, we have Durin, who is our third party member. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't give us his life story. Anyway, after you talk to the goddess statue, the music goes back to normal for Jad. And we are going to want to save. Just to be sure, you never know what might happen. Game saved. Thanks very much. Can you talk to him? Let me go! Aw, I'm not gonna let you go. Sorry, buddy, but you might kill us. You killed us before. Not gonna let it happen again. And we're in the Castle City Jet. It's still nighttime. Thought it would be daytime by now. Anyway, there's nothing really that you can do here. Basically, you just have to escape. But I do want to switch to Hawk and grab this chest. Actually, I should probably increase his luck soon, because I'm getting sick of all these traps, and they hurt more than they help. So anyway, I'll talk a little bit more now that we have to make our way out of here about what I'm probably going to do with the game. And I'm not going to do any kind of grinding, especially not on screen. There's one point in the game where I might, and that's just because of a certain mechanic in the game called class changing. I told you about that a little bit. And essentially, when we get to a certain part in the game, I want to class change. And normally by that part in the game, you're a little bit behind in levels, maybe 1 or 2. If I am behind 1 or 2 levels, I'm going to do a little bit of grinding on-screen to gain those levels. Other than that, I'm probably not going to do a whole lot, because I think the game is more fun if it's a little bit challenging. I mean, in the last episode, I just narrowly managed to beat the first boss. I mean, if it used one more huge area attack, I might have been in big trouble. I kind of like that. I'm kind of hoping that's going to happen more. I mean, I did an RPG last year called Lufia 2. Some of you may have seen it. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's on my channel. It's a really, really good game. But that Let's Play went pretty smoothly, you know. Nothing really ever happened. Nothing went wrong. And, well, I guess there was 1 or 2 moments where things went wrong, but other than that, and they were optional, hard, difficult bosses. This game doesn't really have those. It has difficult bosses, but it doesn't really have the super difficult optional bosses, except one, but we're not going to be able to do that in this Let's Play, because you need to have Durin or Angela as your main character. And since we have Kevin, we can't do that. I'm talking about the Black Rabbite, to those who know. Let's escape Jat first, though. We've seen enough of this place. We're going to go to a different place. Hurry, climb aboard! Anchors away! And now we finally get our much-needed freedom, and the ship will take us away to some place magical, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm not going to do any kind of major grinding, especially not on-screen. And the classes I'm going with for these 3 characters, I'm probably going to go with Durin's, I think it's Paladin class, where he gets a single target heal. Because having a single target heal is kind of necessary. We're running out of time. We need to find the rest of the spirits as soon as we can. Okay, this is where Durin tells his life story. I forgot. Whoa, what's that? Sorry I forgot to mention her. She's a fairy from the Mana Holy Land. We're on a journey to find the 8 spirits that guard the Mana Stones. See, nothing to worry about. She's quite harmless. So you're the one the Priest of Light told me about. The one the fairy chose. I was looking all over for you. Really? I want to bring Carl back to life again. You, same? Want to revive someone? Yeah, well, here's my story. I was on patrol one night, and a crimson wizard appeared. I was no match. I'm a swordsman. My father was a great knight, but my skill was useless against magic. But I'm not giving up. The path for which my father gave his life is superior to magic. But I can't prove that yet. The king gave me time off to go to Wendell and become stronger. By the way, you can't skip this text, so that's why I kind of have to wait a little bit in between. Someday, I'm gonna find that wizard and win. And that's how I ended up here. Hey fairy, answer me. If I go with you, will my wish come true? You mean, will you become the world's best swordsman? Of course! Let's go! I mean, I find that completely and utterly unconvincing. She's essentially just saying, you know, just come with me. I promise you everything will be as you want. We just need the extra hands. You know, she just wants more people to work for her. I think that's basically it. But yeah, anyway, I'm probably going to go for Durin's light class, the Paladin, I think, where he gets a single target heal. Because that's usually enough in the game, and it still make sure that he has quite a bit of power. For Kevin, since I will mostly be playing as Kevin, I'm most likely going to go with the Death Hand class, because that's just kind of his most raw power of power that you can get. And for Hawk, I'll get into that a little bit later. Welcome to the free city of Maia. From the port, you can catch a ship to Jad. Yeah, thanks, but we just left there and there's Beastmen all over the place, so... West of here, the Golden Road leads to the city of Bizel. The Golden Road has always been a major thoroughfare for merchants, until recently. Ever since the monsters took over, hardly anyone travels it. That's bad. I hear there's a colony of dwarves living in the cleft of the earth. Okay, so there's interesting things happening already. About halfway between here and Bizel, there's a cave with at least a Forsena. We should probably go there. I went to Bizel a while ago, but they turned me away at the gate and said, "No foreigners allowed." Well, that's kind of racist, I guess. Well, maybe not racist. Isolationist, I should say, probably. And then here's another kid. He's like, "This is the alchemist Bon Voyage's house. He's built something really weird again. Look out the back door." Let's go see. Let's go see. I want to know. So, what is this, Bon Voyage? Yes, it is. I'm Bon Voyage. Who are you guys? Oh, well, you came at the right time. Go look at the back door. I'm sorry, I had to give him a French accent. I couldn't manage it for Hawk, but he has to have one. That's a big-ass cannon-looking thing. Aren't you gonna ask me what it is? I'll tell you. Between Maia and Forsena, there's only one bridge, and no other routes around it. But with my super cannon Mark II, you'll fly anywhere in a single bound, and it's almost complete. Yeah, you can't use the cannons yet, but we'll be able to relatively soon. There's a few other things that we need to do first. So let's start off with one thing that I love to do. Whenever I get to a new town and there's a shop with the sword icon above it, I want to go in there and check out the weaponry they have. I'm not exactly sure they have anything new, but I just want to check just in case. Let's see. There's nothing new for Kevin, and that means that there's nothing new for the others either. Basically, if they don't have something new for one character, they won't have anything for the others either. That's kind of just how it goes, so you don't have to check with every character what they have. Now, this guy basically will send you round drops, and I want to have a few because I kind of ran out. Let's see, this is a magical rope return to entrance. Might come in handy once or twice. We're going to use that. I don't tend to heal status ailments that much, so let's be a little bit careful with our money, not spend everything in one place. Now, in the next shop, they actually sell armor, and I think we can get our first headwear here, so I do want that. Because more defense means we get killed less, and that's a good thing. Let's see, we have... What do we have? A leather belt, we can wear that. A bandana. Okay, so the armor is the same, but we can give everyone a nice visor and some defense. Okay, come again. Actually, I'm going to equip that right now, so that I don't forget, because I have a tendency to do that. So we'll give the hat to Hawk, the bandana to Kevin, and then finally the leather visor to Duran. Oh, they also give us a magic defense. That's actually kind of nice. We'll need that for the upcoming battle. I'm probably, let's see, how much time are we on? We're on 14 minutes. We might have time, we might not. Hello, I don't believe we've met. I escaped from Jad on the same ship as you. Didn't see ya. I heard the Priest of Light has put up a new, stronger barrier around Wendell, but he used a lot of energy in the process and has since fallen ill. The only one who can cure him is Heath, and he's missing. It seems the Priest's life is in danger. Yeah, that's kind of obvious. Okay, I've decided we do have some time, so I'm gonna stay at the inn. Actually, it's kind of pricey. Let's not stay at the inn. Or should I? Should I or should I not? Who cares? Let's not stay at the inn. What could possibly go wrong? And I know no, I am gonna stay at the inn. I know what's coming up. I'm gonna stay at the inn. Stop being so undecisive, you bastard. And when I say you bastard, I mean myself. Let's wake up at night, because that makes Kevin stronger. And anything that makes Kevin stronger makes me stronger, and that makes me happy. And we're on Undini's Day, or Undine's Day. I always called it Undine until a certain game called Tales of Symphonia pronounced it Undini. I'm pretty sure that's the way the Japanese pronounce it too. So I'm just gonna call it Undini. It's kind of been ingrained into my system. And now that we have an extra character, we're gonna do, again, more damage. And this is the major upside to having this particular party setup. With the 3 guys, you have an incredible amount of melee power, and enemies will basically just get killed really, really fast. Because before you get your first class change, you cannot get much magic. There's a little bit that you can get, but it's not very powerful. And the major downside with magic is that it pauses the game. We don't have any yet, but I can kind of show you how it works. Another round drop. Sent into storage. Oh yeah, you can only carry at maximum 9 of a single item. But if you deplete them all, as long as you're not in combat, you can take items out of your storage, which you can get to by pressing start. And then you could basically refill that. But you cannot do that in battle, so be wary of that. But yeah, the major downside of using magic is that you have to pause the game in order to use it. And, you know, it doesn't make you weaker, but it does make the game kind of go much slower than it could. I mean, for magic you have the menu here, and you can kind of switch to magic if you have it, and it works the same as items, really. It kind of pauses the screen, makes the character slash, and plays an animation, and some of which look really, really cool, I'm not gonna lie. And magic is a perfectly viable way of playing the game, but in most cases, playing melee is just faster, and for an action game like this, a bit more enjoyable too. Again, we're going to go with Strength for Durin, especially for Durin, because he hits hard. Together with Kevin, he is the hardest hitting character in the game. Of course, Kevin hits twice, so Kevin's damage is completely insane. But Hawk is not too far behind. I mean, his single hits aren't the strongest in the game. I think he's like the 4th hardest hitting character. But because he hits twice, he actually does a load of damage. And you can get a nice amount of items here. I'm hoping to get a special item. A very special item that is going to help Kevin. But you kind of have to be lucky to get it. Oftentimes I don't get it at all. Let's see if we can get lucky this time. Okay, we're almost at the end here. At the end of the road, at least. There's another assassin, but where did that one come from? Sometimes it happens, I guess. The enemies spawn behind you. And we are leveling up like crazy. Okay, for Hawk, I'm going to give him some vitality because he does have the lowest HP of all the characters in our party here, so I don't want him to get behind. If you follow the road south, you will get to the city called Bazel, but there's nothing you can do there quite yet, so there's really no use going there yet. And here is the Cleft of the Earth. Now, this is where we need to go. We'll do that in the next episode. I'm going to save the game at the statue here. Unfortunately, it's not a golden one, so it doesn't heal us. But at least if something goes horribly wrong, which it might, we can start over from here. So, until next time, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.